Okay. So we had like, well, I remember. Let me think. I remember. I was at Thanksgiving dinner with my cousins, and I got a text. It was like, "Yo, I need you guys to make an intro for me." So okay, so we had like 3 days to make it. So I got that text, and we were like, "Yo, I need an intro for the December whatever." So we had like 3 days to make it. So luckily, what we were planning for, we were going for like kind of like the Snoopy kind of Charlie Brown esque feel slash like Adult Swim kind of like stop motion look. Um, that's what we're primarily aiming for. So I had already had a model that was kind of decently useful for that. It wasn't the exact model we needed, but it was a nice start to it. So I kind of just built upon that model and then made it like made it look more like Nor. So there's a kid within Max's community. His name is Nor. He's notorious, infamous, if you would. Um, but everyone in the community knows who he is. So I made a little model of him with like a Christmas hat and all that stuff. And as soon as I made that model, it took like a day or two, but I made that model and I sent it out to Quay so he could work on the outro. But me and Nova were working on the intro. Um, so Quay and Nova, they specifically each set up their own environment scenes. I worked on the model. Uh, so having one person work on another thing while I did this other part made the process a lot easier. Um, so I had the model. I sent it to Quay. Nova sent me the environment, and I animated the first part. Within the animation that I ended up doing, I had to basically hurry up for the second animation because the first one was rendering too long. It took way too long to render. It took like 7 hours, a lot longer
Wow.
than I thought it would take. But I think not seven. It was like 4 or 5, but it took way longer than I thought it would take. On top of the fact that he went live a lot earlier than we thought he would go live because he had to go live with the entire group. So typically Max goes live at like in the PM for EST, but he went live in like kind of afternoonish time. So we had to hurry up and get that done. So what ended up happening is I had to send Nova the file that I had to animate for the second scene, and he had to render that out while I was running out my scene, and those were going like fast back to back. And then I had to put it all into After Effects, render it out, and then send it to Max. But the process was hectic, but it was a lot easier because there was another person to rely on. Like if I was by myself and I had to finish that scene, I wouldn't have finished it basically.
And how is that feeling? Like, okay, so you and Nova did the intro,
Mm.
and then afterwards you sent the Nor model to Quay, correct?
Wait, I sent the Nor model to Quay like way earlier
Way
before I
earlier,
worked on the intro.
gotcha.
I didn't want him to have like lag with us. He himself didn't get to, from what I heard, he didn't get to finish like everything that he had planned to, but we just did what we could in the timely manner.
Okay. And so what was it like once you guys completed it? What was the feeling like? Was there a sense of like, you know, excitement? Was there a feeling of like being relieved, or did you guys get like compliments and stuff? What was the feedback like?
Nah, people messed with it. The feedback was pretty good. People liked it. I wanted to do a little more than what we did, but it's fine for like what the time frame we had and like everything that we could do. So
Hmm.
I'm my own biggest critic. Like a lot of other like a lot of other artists are their own biggest critic. But from like the feedback I got, they were like, "Oh, this is nice, this is nice." Because basically, as long as I got like the general vision of what I wanted to come out, I'm happy with it. Um,
Hmm.
every single project I work on, I think I could do better, but I have to like go against that little part of my brain that's telling me that.
How was like what was your mindset like right before when Max hit that live button, then instantly you guys introduction like comes up on the stream, like was there any was were you feeling like, oh boy, it's about to be shown to all these people, or were you kind of just like, oh, it is what it is?
I was happy, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep
Oh.
because I was awake for like 18 hours working on it.
Gotcha.
So I'm pretty sure I was asleep, and I think I got it. I got like a no, I wasn't asleep for the whole thing. I fell asleep, and then I woke up like an hour after he started the stream, so I missed that particular part of the stream. But from what I got, the reacts people say, oh, they liked it, so that's what I enjoyed. A lot of the time, if I'm working on a project, I think I either, if it's in the last little round round of the project, I either fall asleep because I was working on it the whole time, or something. I don't know. I just spend a lot of time on projects.
Okay.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, not leaving.